Not nearly as hot today, but I'll take it. It's gonna be good. I've got an 06 Vet. It's just a regular Vet. It's got a red interior. That's a good one. So I tuned this car like about a week ago. It tuned just fine for me. But the customer was stating that it has some sort of weird like cold start issue, like it would like flood itself out. So I told him to drop it off with me. So that's what we're doing today. So let's see if we can get this thing to repeat the problem. So this could be, it could be mechanical, you know, or it could be just a tune. There's no telling, but we're about to find out what it does to me. So we're gonna go drive this thing for about 30 minutes. Fired it up there. Alright. Let's take first spin, I guess. So far so good. He had mentioned that he'd go to like hit the throttle when it was cold and it would just die. I just backed out of my driveway without an issue. So we're gonna go see if anything's wrong. I'm just gonna go drive it, you know, just shut it off and on and just go drive it, I guess. Let's see what's up with it. I love tuning these cars, especially like the LS2 C6. They're awesome. Very, very overlooked, just because the LS3 came out, you know. The right combination, the car will move really well. I've tuned quite a few LS2 Vets, and they all perform very well. A cam only setup, you know, you can probably hit 400 to 430 wheel, 450 maybe. But they run really well. So this is the second Vet that I tuned from this guy. He had a black one, and it ran really good, really well too. So this one, he just picked this one up, and the tune was way out of whack. Like it didn't run well at all. So, but it's got a converter. I'm not sure what cam's in this thing. It's decent though. Runs really well. It seems like it works very well together. So I don't think there's any heads or anything on it. But it is an LS2, so it's got stock injectors and stuff. So. And the reason why I say I don't have ported heads or anything, it's not maxing out the injecters, so that wide up a throttle. Yeah, this is one of the cleanest ones, honestly. Like this thing is super clean. They don't have a lot of like C6 issues. Like a lot of these cars have just issues. This one doesn't seem like it has a lot. The worst thing I saw was the horn. We couldn't figure out what this noise was, and the horn's like messed up on it. So that's fine. And I know it's been wrecked before, like in the quarter, but you can't really tell. So like it's a super clean car. I'll do a walk around here in a little while. But it's got my favorite colors, white and red. So that's all that counts for me, really. But yeah, we're gonna go drive this thing for probably 30-45 minutes. I have it on map only right now. Yesterday I did the speed density. I just double checked my speed density portion of it, and it was fine. I I didn't record any of that. So, but today's video is let's try to replicate the problem that he's experiencing. So I'm gonna go drive it, heat soak it for a little while. I'm gonna go sit somewhere, probably eat. I'm gonna come back out and try to fire it up because he said he even did it on a warm start too. So we're gonna try to, like I said, we're gonna try to replicate this problem. And if we can't find anything, then I kind of don't know where to look. You know, it could have been just a fluke. There's no telling with these cars. The only problem I did see one code. It was like some kind of PCM or ECM fault code or something, or loss of memory. That may have something to do with it. I did just run across Trailblazer SS that it ran totally fine for months, and his wife was driving it and died on the highway. He'll come find out the PCM took a dump. He dropped it off at my house. See if I can figure out what was wrong with it. I drove around for about 30 minutes, couldn't find anything. Pulled back in my house. I was letting it idle in the driveway and just died. Would not start back up, and threw a PCM code. So that one is getting a PCM. So hopefully this car doesn't leave me stranded today. That'd be super nice. One of the things I do love about these cars, yes, they're sports cars. There's a lot of room in here. Very comfortable. I mean, you can daily drive one of these easily. Even if you're a bigger guy, I'm 6 foot and 220 at the most. I don't know, 210, 220. You can definitely daily drive one of these. This is an excellent vehicle to daily drive. All right, we're about 20 minutes into the drive. I just pulled over here at this Quick Trip. I'm just gonna update these fuel tables on here. Not a lot of adjustment, honestly. It looks pretty good. So these are a little different than tuning a normal like LS. This is, you know, kind of, I consider them a Gen 4 to me. These actually have two MAF tables. Okay, so the first one, it'll go all the way to 5800 hertz. All right, and so the second one will start off at 5800 hertz. So you're gonna ask, so what does that mean to me? Well, you're gonna need to make sure that that number right there matches the low frequency table too, and make it smooth. Otherwise, you're gonna have a major, you know, fueling spike or, you know, lean spike somewhere, and you're gonna feel that. So just make sure that it is smooth, or that number just matches. That's just my tip for the day. So you can see right now it is 479.6. I'm gonna go back to this low one, and it's lower, so I'm gonna raise it just to 479, and that should be okay. Again, I like to make a match. That's just what I do. And you can see the fueling differences that we actually had here. It wasn't a lot, you know. You're gonna have variations in fuel. You're gonna want to also log the lower and the upper to make your life a lot easier too, so you don't have to guess anything. But you can see the fueling looks pretty much on. You know, here's the counts for it. So I had a little bit of a richness right there. So that ain't what's causing our issue. So I'm gonna go in here and grab a drink, and then we're gonna come back out here and start it and see if it still runs good. All right. Still looking good. Oh, she's warming up today, like always. Well, I've been sitting here for, let's see here, got here at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, so we're on 1 right now. So I got the MAF dialed in. It was on MAF only last time, so I'm gonna put it back to blended and see if it starts. It should. It started, like I said, it started fine this morning. It's running great. So to do that, you just go to dynamic airflow and just turn it back to blended. So blended would be the high RPM disable, like right in kind of the middle. I think I've got one that's saved. Can't remember what the RPM was on this one. 3,900, I think, or 3,600. Yeah, 3,600. So we're gonna save that. Key on. Cool. It's flashing, so I'm gonna let it flash and then let's try to start it. All right, here we go. Okay, so it kind of gave me trouble right there. All right, so we found a problem. Look at that. All right, there's a problem. So let's try to figure it out. So it does not like blended. So when I found this car, well, when I first tuned it, it was on massive flow sensor only. That's fine. Yesterday I went in and dialed in the VE tables on it. It was fine. So I think what I'm going to do, just to test this theory out I'm going to put it back on mass airflow only, like typical shops do. And then let's see if this problem goes away. I bet you it will. So if it's in that case, I bet you the cranking VE is probably like way off, because it acted like it was rich. So if that's the case, I'm going to turn that cranking VE down, and I bet you it'd probably fix it. So let me let it flash here, and then let's start it on MAF. All right, here's mass airflow sensor only. Cranking VE. I know exactly what it is. Okay, it started perfectly right there. So cranking primary VE. Yep, let's lower that back down. Let's go like 20%. Boom. I'm gonna put the blended back on, because from the factory they're pretty hot. Like it was at 85%. It's at like 60% now, or 68. So let's flash this. I guarantee you it's just cranking VE. Usually you don't have to mess with that kind of stuff, but sometimes you do. But it's flashing. Let's see what she does on blended this time. I'm gonna get these channels pulled up here. C6 vet, C6 vet. If it does it again, then we got another problem somewhere. But perfecto. Cranky VE. So if you're wondering what table that is, it's under your engine, airflow. Go to general, and it says cranking VE primary. So that would be, if you wanted to find it in the navigator, it's ECM 12360. I just lowered it by 20%. Perfect. Let's go back to the house and we'll test it again. Let it sit a little bit. And we'll test it one more time and make damn sure it actually is that. So I got a little drive now. Man, it's warm outside. Luckily this car got AC. Alright, head back to the house. Other than the cranking issue, this thing runs really good. But yeah, I'm just headed back to the house right now. I've been driving it now for about 15 minutes. It drives really good. The only complaint I got, and it's usually with all these Vettes too, is the air intake temp's a little warm, but it's also 101 outside today. And right now, cruising on the highway, it's 113. So, yeah, kind of the nature of the beast on these. Even though he's got a nice intake on, like a cold air intake and everything on it, like with a plastic tube and everything, it's still going to be warm. It's just the way these cars are designed. They kind of run hot too. Like right now, it's only at 185. Yesterday, when I was driving it around, it was at like 220. So I had to go home and just like let it cool way down before I started tuning on it, because you start getting enrichment additives and stuff when you get up to those temperatures, and it'll throw your fuel, like it'll act like it's running rich, but it's trying to do that to cool the engine down. So you're really just kind of fighting yourself, because you'll make an adjustment and then you'll be like, why is it this rich now? I just took out that much fuel. Well, it's because it's hot and it's trying to cool the engine down. So I mean, 220 is not like hot, but it's enough to trigger the enrichment tables on these cars. So it's best to kind of tune them around 185 to 210. So you get a little bit warmer than that, and it'll start triggering those enrichment tables. So just fun fact. There's your information for the day that you can take away from this video. Yeah, let me head back to the hacienda. I'll go find a spot. We'll go do a little walk around with it instead of a little idle. About half throttle. This thing sounds good. I love these cars. Yeah, I'll go do a little idle with it, and then a little montage music, you know, like all the YouTubers do, and I started doing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go find a cool spot. Unfazed. Well, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. It's running real good. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna double check the cold start on it again, but I'm pretty sure I fixed it with that cranking VE table. So I'm gonna contact the customer. He's gonna come get it this afternoon. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Do all that YouTuber stuff. Catch you guys on the next one.